moth. How are these moths getting in? Some of us feel like, tiny one. Some of us feel, you know, like we're not making enough money. You know, I feel like some of us are just wanting to maybe give up. I understand that. At the top of the deck, the World card. But we're going to come towards a completion after this treachery, this hard work here. Okay, we're going to come to some sort of completion. And it looks like some of us are always used to kind of just giving up when the going gets rough. Just kind of keep it moving when the going gets rough. We feel like we always have like an option number one or option number. Look at another moth. I don't understand. What the hell? How are these moths getting in here? But, okay. Sometimes we feel like when the going gets rough, you know, we're just going to give up, you know. So some of us could be Leo, some of us could be Taurus. But it says that don't stay in that fixed nature, Divine Feminine. Don't stay in the fixed nature of when you feel hurt and down, that you just don't feel like you can keep moving. Because I mean, it was easy for you to say that you could walk away from this because it was so painful. You were literally pushed. You were compelled to. So just because you don't have that necessary push, these are supposed to be easier than anything. You know what I mean? Okay, so the whole aspect of physicality and when the going gets rough, keep moving. Don't necessarily quit your job. Don't just keep, you know, turning different situations down. Okay, don't stay in your fixed nature. Try to do things differently. Try to move in mysterious ways, Divine Feminine. Okay, let's go ahead and clarify for this Divine Masculine. He starts off with the 10 of Swords. Okay, so he's affected too. I feel like he's in a situation where he's just like, you know, he's tired of his situation as well. He's tired of the you know, his situation as well. And I don't want anyone here believing, well, why doesn't he come with me? It doesn't, that, like, I can't speak for all of you, but listen, you know, rebounds are really easy to come by. So that's that. So if he ain't coming to you, well, that's that. I don't want to really speak to anyone who thinks like that. But this is a spirituality deficit, and this is serious, you know. Some people become suicidal. Come to you. It makes no sense. Why don't you devote some time and money into helping him to see a shrink? Send it to his mom if your guy, you know what I mean? Make that type of effort. Be a friend first. It's not come to you when somebody's feeling this down and depressed. So... and I love how you see the mirror effect when the Divine Feminine walks away because she has to. This is where he's at, you know, and it almost talks about how he walked away once too, but didn't find, you know, a way out. Didn't find a way out. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like some divine obviously we have to do 50-50. So sometimes the woman is up, sometimes the man is up, you know, in a marriage especially. So, you know, it's both who have to step up. We're not living in 1 BC where the women do nothing but lay on their backs. So let's be honest about that, the equal give and take. But, you know, it looks like then he didn't have a way out. I think, and, you know, sometimes when the love aspect is there, especially for a woman, that's what we're good at, is that love. You know, we didn't give it. We weren't there. We reverted right to the Queen of Swords. You know, sometimes women we can get hormonal, we can get bitchy and everything like that. But again, like I said, these are readings for those who just feel like they're not so keen on working for love. If it's for them, it'll happen. It's like, with that mentality, you're getting nowhere, okay? And I don't believe he has that mentality. I believe he believes that, okay, if it's not with the woman that I'm with, who will it be with? You know, I feel like the Divine Masculine, let's see what they have, the 10 of Swords, the Emperor, and the King of Cups. It's torn, you know, if he's not for this Empress, who is he for? Where is this love? The love is what's missing, okay? And next we have the 9 of Cups. Yeah, he wants to leave that situation. We have the 9 of Cups of wish fulfillment. He at least wants to be content. How many times have I said that? You know, he wants to be content with the things that he has, with the love that he has, with where he lives, with the things he has, with how he feels, everything. He would like to at least be content. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we can't understand the side of the twin flame journey where we have like a counterpart. Some of us can, and so then we shouldn't be judgmental. We know what it's like to be with a karmic for someone we've known for like umpteen years. But he would at least, you know, because he's been in this situation, for those who have karmic partners watching, you understand what it's like to at least just want contentment within yourself, you know, a fulfillment within yourself, you know. But like I said, with that Ten of Swords, I just don't believe he knows where to go after he's walked away, what he was supposed to do. He kind of walks in probably wasteful wandering and becomes so tired that he becomes defeated. He becomes defeated with the things that he knows. I think some of them are scared of letting like society down. I think especially if he's a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, he's like definitely, all these swords probably like metaphorically are all 10 different people. He didn't even have enough time to sabotage himself. He's like going on errand runs. He's like an errand boy, okay? And that's what I feel. I feel like he just walks around, goes around trying to like really support, others and what they want him to be. So that's why I say that this Nine of Cups is here, because he would at least want fulfillment and love within himself. As even though the King of Cups is a counterpart, and so does the Emperor, but right now I feel like he's not even so much torn between these two. I think he would just rather have a bit of both and be content. Okay, rather just have a bit of both and be content. You know what I'm saying? Because he doesn't see his divine feminine working for him either. I mean, there's got to be a love that's on the contestant, that's on the rounds, that's on the table for him, and he didn't see it. And in this reading for these divine feminines, it's not being shown. So, but the Four of Pentacles, there's no excuse for it. It's just not being shown. The Four of Pentacles is another self card. It's just self, and it's not self-pity. I mean, it is self-pity, but it's self-pity in a form where he wants more for himself. Even his money, he doesn't mind. He doesn't mind being a little humble and just having his own, being away from everybody and being away from the hustle and bustle, because he's had a lifetime right now where everybody's opinion matters, and it's like he's had his time where he's been happy. I'm not going to tell you, divine feminines, he hasn't been happy, or that he hasn't sat in some royalty and dressed up and smelled good and looked good and had everything he wanted. But there's an aspect of this that's missing, and it's the love. And I think that's obviously what he's looking for. That's why I say some divine feminines, you can have this union, but it's about where you are. And you're not, it's almost like, this one was first, you're not wanting it at times, okay? Because for your own purpose and your own reason, that's fine. You keep going your course, but I'm just here to tell you what it says right now for those who apply. It's not about him beating you up. It's not about him yelling at you. It's not about him cheating on you. First of all, understand who you are and what you do, okay? But this divine masculine is somebody who's been through a lot, who probably said a lot and has done a lot, okay? But he just wants love and salvation like everybody else. So, there's that. But he would like it to, I think part of them just kind of want to be alone. Part of them just wants to do it on their own as well. So let's go ahead and clarify these Emperor and the King of Cups. I keep seeing that Magician there. Could be dealing with a Gemini who just wants to have it all right now, Oh, so I guess I saw it upright. The Ten of Wands here. Aries, Leo, Sag. He's just carrying hella burdens. Let's get some more for this Emperor and King of Cups. Emperor and King of Cups. It does talk about him being a part of a situation, a part of a home, coming home every day from work, coming home every day from this and that, living in the house, sitting on the couch with all this on his lap, just heavily burdened and not knowing what to do. His mind is mentally fogged. He could be mentally ill. Okay, he could be somebody who's definitely not sleeping, up at night, doing drugs, daydreaming about, different things. You know what I'm saying? Just his head is up in the days. It seems he wants a lot, but he can't seem to get any of it. Three of Cups, like I said. I think this means more so like he's just in a daze. I was really going to say how he's daydreaming about women when I saw that Nine of Pentacles. Daydreaming about money, just daydreaming about everything. And I think daydreaming, having impure thoughts. He just reverts to having impure thoughts. And we have that Three of Swords. So in this energy, if you're not speaking to your divine masculine, this reading will not apply to you. I'll say it again. If you're not speaking to your divine masculine, this reading does not apply to you. However, if you are speaking to your divine masculine, this does apply to you, and that you may be one of these women that he has zero good intentions on doing anything towards right now, because he's really, it's almost like if you were to see somebody come up with red bloodshot eyes. This card has red bloodshot eyes, by the way, but you just wouldn't be able to see that. you know, as he works hard and he's trying to save his money and stuff like that. So I do believe the divine masculine is trying to save his money, trying to build a legacy, but he's literally starting from ground four, level four type of thing. And it's not even that he takes a break. In the middle of all of that, he's having sex with women. Some of them could be getting money from women, okay? But, you know, and it looks like their partner, the karmic, some of them know. And they just feel like it's a soulmate journey. So they just have a lot of patience for him. This woman here has a lot of patience for him, okay? That he'll come around. But even the two men he battles between are not it's not the King of Pentacles. Do you understand? Like, he has options, but look who it is that he's destined for, you know, is the divine feminine. So it's just, it looks, and we have the Three of Swords again. So it looks like this divine masculine is very ill right now. He's very ill, very, very ill. He could come around you with weed in his breath, liquor in his breath. You know, and it's like, I don't even feel like he's torn. I feel like these are the men that he's been like ripped back and forth to being. These are two men of his own that he's going to have to, you know, he doesn't have enough room for either of those two men with all of this burden. I hope that makes sense. With all of this burden, he's just got so many burdens. And sometimes you got to pray for men like that, because that's like, no offense, suicidal. Kind of on the edge, you know, just on the edge. Some of them may be so proud they don't want to take their own life, so they just go around. They may not even be going to strip clubs. They dirty, they raunchy right now, you know. Their eyes look very like a wolf, hungry like a wolf, okay? But no one can tell them anything. I feel like a lot of people would just be like, they're doing good because they're finally kind of saving up money, or they have random smiles on their face. But this is that person that kind of glitches right now. We got the Four of Swords, more Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Then we have the Scorpio Death card, and then we have the Fool card. So I mean, it looks like there's a lot that's riding on this. Then we have Justice. I saw the Sun card. Now I see Temperance. A lot of major arcana. So I do want to tell the divine feminines that his spirit guides are working with him, because he really needs it. He may start have been going to church. Okay, he's kind of like the Black Knight right now, though. He's not, like, if he has children, for an example, he's not really reading them to bed, and the kids are kind of staying out of his way. It's kind of like one of those people who walk down the hallway and everybody's just like back to the to the lockers. That's how I feel about him. You know, he's very, 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 very like, and I don't even feel like, if you divine feminines, I got some of you guys, girls, thinking that, oh, maybe I need to lay off. You really have no effect on him right now. I'm not gonna say that somebody who's a little bit ill, a little sick-mannered and things are gonna like not pop off on you, but I doubt it. And I really believe that you're not a factor right now, in a sense where it's like, if you just said to yourself, oh my God, I gotta back off. Oh my God, I'm texting him too much. I'm calling him too much. I don't really feel like you're, you know, like, no offense, a factor right now. If you're trying to talk to him, I feel like he's got so much going on, and like literally he's just going to use whatever he can right now. There's nothing you can say. He's kind of like mute. You know, I was talking about how the divine feminine turned off her switch, like the Vampire Diaries. So did this guy. The divine feminine turned off her switch in a much more subtle way, whereas like she just didn't want to have to feel pain while she was going through what she knew she was going to have to go pain. You know, when you do the Hermit, it's kind of like you being told everything you need to be told in a hologram, right? Or something like that. And it's like, okay, I'm ready. You know, if you've ever seen Aeon Flux, it's like Aeon and Sathandra about to go take on the war, and you just wanted to make sure you felt no pain, especially after this. You had a choice, and you chose not to feel pain, you know, and kind of just speak bluntly. Him, he turned off his switch, but he's like Damon Salvatore rather than Stefan. I know you're a female, but you're like the Stefan, and he's like the Damon, who rather go out and party, rip beer, you know, do what he's got to do. Now, not to say the divine feminine is a saint. She was a ripper in the Vampire Diaries. Now, if you haven't seen those shows, it's basically they're two brothers and they're vampires. One's a good brother, one's the bad brother, basically. Damon was the one where when you switch off your switch and you're a vampire, you really feel nothing. Say you had like extreme deaths in your life, like your parents and stuff like that, you can turn your switch off and not feel it at all. And then, you know, Damon, the bad brother, who turned off his switch, went up, you know, to partying, girls, sex, drugs, not giving a damn, just not giving a damn, just too burdened by every aspect of life right now, and not even having the time and being able to just make himself happy. These are two men that he got to be in his life, you know, one where, you know, it's kind of what the divine, excuse me, what the karmic showed, and then the other with the divine feminine as far as she got, you know, and these are the two men that he really likes to be. Not to say that one